Hello, greetings, my dear Libra. Welcome. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. I shall be doing for you three portals, and these have to do with situations that you may be dealing with. Please only take what you will. This is a spiritual insight towards a potential pathwork that you may have as well. I will open up with Oracle, and this will have to do with the bridge, which is essentially the challenges that you may face as you approach the energies of the mid-month of June 2020. Please relax and clear your mind, and we shall begin. Okay, there's something about you that has become a bit precise, analytical, and you are at a state of the stargazer, which is essentially you coming into the celestial realm and understanding through the earthly qualities of Gemini and Virgo, more Virgo, the ability to understand through the principal magician, the Magi. You are able to see and understand metaphysical properties this month. So you should be opening up in one way or another to know and understand on a conscious or unconscious level some of the variant subtle influences of the universe. Okay, so metaphysics will be of pure interest for you, and there will be an opening or an awakening. You will approach people of power, and in this, there is a great deal of patriarchy as well as matriarchy that will be watching over you, and in a way, you will be providing for others in a future stance your own intellectual insights or perhaps spiritual insights that you find through the interpretation of either the dream world or the metaphysical world. Okay, behind you there is some form of emotional repression or perhaps some sort of secret that comes out from the understanding of the moon cycles and the eclipse cycles. Okay, there will be an awakening of some form, and a secret shall be revealed to you, and you will be able to preserve this and give this to others. Okay, this could be either a bridge that you will be building, or a bridge that you don't have to walk, or perhaps a bridge that you might burn. Okay, the underscoring sort of motif in the mid-month of June is essentially the overcoming of great heaviness. Okay, understanding that your stagnation or perhaps your approach and your attitude towards things is now approaching some sort of lifted quality. Okay, you are being lifted up after a great sense of being battle worn, of being having to go through a lot of fire in order um, to prove your ire, if that's what they can call it. It's what the Germans say, more ire, which is like having more eggs in a way. Excuse me. So, yeah. Now I will be building for you three portals. Please take what you will, and remember, this is for your guidance. Act always in the highest of good. I'm merely a person that channels, so you don't have to take my advice. There is one card here that is flipped or blank, one or the other. I have to find it. Give me a second, please. Yeah, I'm working with the Cartomanzia Italiana deck, and it's a deck that is printed in the USA but designed by Italians, I believe in 1983. There it is, the blank, the wild card. Right. So, yeah, if you will, clear your mind and understand that there is something that you are coming into understanding through a vision that after a great deal of suppression with the energies of Saturn as well as Pluto, and with the energy of the eclipses, there's something that you're learning, and uh, it's becoming a medium for others, especially people of worth, and they're coming into your field to understand your wisdom. Okay. The first portal is now opening. Yep. Okay. There is a romance here that is uh, halted. It proved to be kind of unstabilizing in some sort of way. There's an in and out aspect towards this romance, hot and cold. This is something difficult because you see clearly now in the mid month of July. Um, there's something about the energy of Vishnu, the great illusion of Maya as well, being able to cut through Maya, which is the illusion, the realm of illusion, and to see through the Seven of Cups. Okay, basically, this sight gives you clarity. It gives you almost prognosis or the ability to project in a positive way. Your hand extends out from a position of, say, being in the hanged man in the past. Your hand reaches out, and as you're reaching out, there is both a need to hold something, but yet not so much. It's more of a feeling. Okay, so your hands can be very important this mid month as well. There is something, yeah, once again, excuse me, there's something that you can no longer participate in. Something is telling you to hold your resources is close, especially when it comes to the realm of desire and the realm of romance. This ideal is not fitting you for now, because you're dealing with someone, or we're dealing with someone who's going through a cycle of great psychological duress. They're creating a prison of their mind, and there's a cycle of karma that they have to run through as a source of pain, but also clarity in the thoughts they find. It's like an enlightenment through pain, or an enlightenment through a cycle, and they may be cognizant of this cycle, they may not be, but it's a karma, it's a sanskar in their mode of thinking that is blocking them, leading to a great deal of sadness, but also emotional detachment on your end. Okay. There's a sense that they have to move on, that they can't stay here, even though those whom they may listen to are telling him different. There's something about them that has to execute something. There's an escapist element to them, and it could be quite foolish, or perhaps a bit manipulative, but they have to manipulate their way into a new cycle, with or without you, but it's a cycle that of their own invention. Something about the way they adhere to their thoughts, and they're someone who tries to be logical, but in this logic they get warped, which is, it's just what some people do. A lot of people do it. It's just something that they program into themselves, with their volition or without it. It's a part of them, and they have to go through that path on their own, even if it has to restart again with someone else. I think there's something about them that may have already made this mistake once, and then they may have, like, essentially gone somewhere else to find something else, but then that wasn't satisfying, and then they're reliving a cycle. There is something about them that is fearless, but they tend to do this so that they can find clarity in the cycle that they want to do, because it's something that they've walked before, but they can never end it. Okay, so they're avoiding pain, they're avoiding fear, but they are using their minds to justify a very closed way of thinking, a closed loop in which they run the cycle again, run it again, and run it again. It's like, the same thing. They're not evolving in a way. Um, yeah, and there's something about them that may have there's like this stealing away energy where they might have done something that was very questionable. Um, Usually running away from something and having leaving you in a place of like waiting or stagnation or like trying to understand and trying to cut this out, because you know this archetype, and this person is very much um, they 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 walk the path of the swords, which has to do with war. It has to do with peace giving, but also peace bringing through the sword, through very sharp thoughts, which is, I mean, it's their strength, but I think they expect you to give them love regardless, and I think you should do that. If they have to go and do their thing, give them love and send them packing. I mean, they're going to go through the cycle anyways, again, and there might be something about what they do that they realize, and then they tend to do it again anyways. Just realize that they're trying to break free from something, and there's something that you can give them, which is unconditional love, a love without condition. Because there's something that you're doing. You can't give them the actual commitment. You can't trust them because they run this cycle. But there is something about this that you are bearing witness to the great knowing that what sustains you is your own cup, and that you can fulfill your yourself. You can fulfill yourself through this giving within yourself. Okay, not having to deal with other people's karmas and their cycles, and that can be very fulfilling for you. I think you might wait here. There might be a period of waiting, but you know that this will be a source of your sorrow or regret or unfulfilledness. Look, if this person's not fulfilling you, and they've already proven themselves who they are to be, um, you can admire them for that, and you can really see how their foolish ways are indeed good-hearted in a way, and even though they are moving away from you constantly, there's always this sort of slight return or something. You can give them unconditional love, but I don't think you really should expect much from them, um, or expect much from romance for the time being. And this may be one of your insights, okay? So that you can share with people who listen, people who are perhaps even wiser or older or more powerful than the person that you may be thinking of, okay? That is a portal that is closed now. The second portal is opening. This is for the energy of Libra in the mid-month of June 2020. I thank you for tuning in. My Libras are always a beautiful energy to deal with. Thank you. The second portal shall open soon. All right. Mid-month of June. Patience is required when it comes to something that may research. Um, there is an element of commitment here, but a commitment to the past. You've been trying to heal up on this connection, and it's good that you're doing so. You are being watched over, and Jupiter is giving you blessings. as well. There's something about your philosophy as you heal on this connection, something that frees you from the connection, which is beautiful. There's an alchemy working, the conversion of two different expectations into nothingness or something completely new and something a lot more fulfilling for all those concerned within this part of the reading in this portal. Um, I think there is something here that is trying to rear itself back into your situation, but I think also the universe or the higher power is blocking this from happening. But you seem to be dedicated to this as well as they are dedicated to something else. There's an element of dedication here that has to do with the Great Pentacle, okay? Um, this person is going through the ringer and you have set this burden down. You once had a great plan for this, and you wanted to cooperate and create vision in terms of practicality, but now you're taking care of yourself, and the energy of the Empress comes in, la empresa, or la papesa, which is, oh, it's not the Empress, it's the High Priestess. There's a silence here that comes after the burden is set loose. A great challenge was here, and you had to understand the the saturation and the sort of dwindling down of a passion here, okay? And now you are essentially harboring all that you've learned in the moon's energy, and there's something that you can impart to this person if they wanted it, but they would have to consult you first, because you have a vision of what really works for not only you and this person, but what works for humanity in general. Something about the way we commit to certain structures, the way we commit to certain communities, and the way we commit in terms of having a vision for a structure that is something similar to that of family or that of something greater. Okay, there's wisdom coming to you this middle June. Okay, trust me on this one. This person is dealing with a lot of karma, big time. And there's something about what they're going through now that is proving enlightening. They thought that there was a feeling here that they could get away with something or perhaps to suppress something. As they did this, there is, yeah, the need to, yeah, they're really going through the ringer with their external world, and because of this, they cannot communicate. There's a element of non-communication here between both parties because of the High Priestess, as well as the Eight of Rods in reverse. There's division here, as well as there's duality, big time. But through this, there is wisdom that comes on your end, and a need for them to have to close off, or perhaps make peace with other parties from their past. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. That's finally come to be. Yeah, they are in essence juggling in some sort of way with something with their external world, and they're blocked at the same time. There's some karma that they have to deal with, so let them deal with that. Meanwhile, you're setting this burden down, and like you're understanding the true nature of cooperation through a detached sort of perspective of feeling and understanding through wisdom of perceiving dualities and then coming up with the truth. Okay, dualities have been confusing for you at some time, but you're gaining wisdom from this, and this wisdom you will be able to impart and impress others with who deserve your attention. Okay, that is what I'm seeing. That portal is closed. The third portal shall open quite soon. This is for the energy of Libra. Your third portal is opening soon. I am available for readings. You don't have to come to my email, but if you would like to, I will be available. It's been really slow lately. So, the third portal is now opening. Please clear your mind and relax. Remember, this is guidance, so there will be some resonance here, and there may not be. So please take only what you will. I appreciate you and your sound judgment. The third portal is now opening. Okay. Uh, there is some form of shift or change that has come, and it's helping you heal. It's helping you understand some of the more detached aspects of the human condition that can lead to freedom. Okay, that can lead to your own beauty, your own grace. You're being watched over by the great luminaries above, and these are giving you insights. You will be downloading these as you release a form of toxicity in the energy of the star, La Stella. So um, I think this will be good for you because you will be on the road to abundance as well as some sort of new beginning. You will be above the wheel of fortune and walking on air. It's going to be very strong for you. There's the energy of stability and grace in a very grounded way. I mean, there still is some form of levity in it all too, of freedom, freedom for you to expend your resources however you may deem. Be careful you don't overexpend your resources, whether that's time, energy, or money. Um, but I think you will be finding that to be a source of your stability, your happiness for now, which is very healthy for you. There's a period of great health, okay? This is because you are essentially sort of getting rid of any unnecessary offers of love that may be, you know, essentially excessive. You don't need so much to sustain what you desire at this point because what you desire is health and stability and beauty in the very earthly nature of Taurus, okay? Sensuality, pleasure, anything that has to do with being grounded and also slow in the way you do things. You will be working hard, and a period of tension will release itself. There is still something here that you're trying to balance out, something from the past that has been suppressed. This person or this thing, they know that there still is a connection between you, but they are not acknowledging it. Why? Because they feel that the foundation is potentially destabilizing in some sort of way. There's a lot of suppressed energy here. We have Six of Cups and the Four of Rods in the reverse. So even though there is a connection, there still is some sort of fear or some sort of anxiety that they're dealing with, okay? And it's definitely on the upright to the Nine of Swords as well. Between you two, there still is an imbalance. There's an imbalance, though there is the need to create balance with the Six and the Six of Pentacles. Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles, plus we have here the Nine of Rods, okay? Meaning that the walls are being let down, and you guys will be trying to assess why things were imbalanced, but there still will be a fear on their end, but they know like sort of in their unconscious, deeply suppressed mind or subconscious self, they know that the connection is good, and it could be that you will be offering them some form of a new beginning or something like that. But you have to beware that your paths or your pages weren't on the same page, sort of thing. There's something about this story um, that is, it has foundation, but there's no stability in it. The only stability that it would be from your offer towards this in order to understand how deep the connection really goes, which is really deep, but it's not being acknowledged on their end, or it is, but it's being suppressed, okay? This is because there's a great fear of like pain that they're dealing with, and you should really try to heal that if you can. Think only the right things. Do not try to create tension with them. Be detached, but in a very emotionally fulfilled way, meaning that you become strong within your own emotions in order to create grace within the situation, okay? Um, I think it's beautiful that you will be coming into a very healthy place, because that creates radiation, it creates vibration for you. And that's very beautiful. Just know that though there is a lot of love here, it should be it should be something that is given freely, to the point where you give it so freely that it doesn't cause you any stress. Okay? The moment you feel stress, then you have to check yourself and make sure that you're healthy. Okay? Emotionally healthy as well as physically healthy. They're both tied together, right? Um, so yeah, act light. Know that there's deep insights coming into you as you're into forms of meditation, or just like seeing into the ether, seeing into your dream states. There's something here, messages coming, and you will be a very creative source for analysis as well as prediction for all that you are dealing with. Okay, so please take that with a grain of salt or what you will. I do appreciate you, my dear Libra. Bye.